The Flash, Season 7, Episode 7, titled Growing Pains. And this episode is actually a good episode because, and which is surprising because I saw the promo for last week, I saw the promo for this week, and I was like, okay, this is going to be a goofy episode, is it not? Like, it's the Speed Force and Barry showing a crime together, and I'm like, okay. This is going to probably be a filler. It's more likely going to be a goofy episode. Blah 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 blah. But watching it in context, and now watching the entire episode in context of this is while this is happening, this stuff is happening. I was on board of it. I mean, end of the day, if you break it down, knowing that the Speed Force looks like Nora, Barry's mom, it is end of the day just. Hey, like the parent saying to the child, hey, let me help you at work. And the mom and the child was like, yeah, great, great. But the parent keeps showing up at work every single day, helping, but they keep messing up things and making things worse and all that kind of stuff. You got that aspect of things that's has that a nice level of comedic effect. Knowing that this episode is now, I mean, this episode is a more serious episode. Of the show, and having the Noah Barry relationship and that kind of friction between the two characters kind of balances out the seriousness. Now, here's the thing: there are some one-liners, like kind of comparing them to the Power Rangers. I was like. That whole stint, I was like, okay, no, that joke didn't need to be there. That doesn't work. That's not funny. You're dragging this too long. But which is the thing, kind of, yeah, he's a character that sometimes doesn't work. Personally for me, he's basically the pop culture guy, and I'm like, isn't that what Cisco is? But Mike is like, meanwhile, while Cisco's not here, here comes Carter. Could be that mindset as well. But the stuff I really enjoy in this episode is the Killer Frost stuff. I mean, from episode 5, when they did the whole thing of, hey, this government agent is there to arrest Killer Frost because some reason Central City isn't going to arrest her, ain't going to arrest her. And you're like, okay, seems to be a really interesting storyline. This is going to be quite interesting, and it has been. But naturally, in your head, you're like, well, actually, in my head, you start thinking about, well, could you just explain the Flash situation? Could you explain the whole, like, there's a scene. I think it's in the. I'm talking about. I think it's in the promo for this episode. Anyway, it's. The Caitlin, they arrest Caitlin, not Killer Frost. In your head, you're like, well, could you just explain that they were in each other's bodies, but they ain't in each other's bodies? Like, could you explain all this stuff to them? But then at the end of the day, you realize it's kind of like the outside. Here's a city who knows how it works and how everything goes and how things are handled and all that kind of stuff. And here's the outsider. And explaining stuff to the outsider for them will be like, do you probably need to be in Arkham. You probably need to be in Arkham. Which I was like, okay. But probably also, you never know, for the government's eyes, Flash is a fugitive. Is that he's saving people and all that kind of stuff, and he's a public figure, so we can't really go out and arrest him. It could be that mindset. But the mystery of this, okay, Killer Frost is Frame, and she's trying to figure out who's framing her and all kind of stuff. I found really appealing because it's a good crime mystery. It's a good old like, okay, well, who's this person? Who is that? Who is X, Y, and Z? But I won't lie. When the reveal happened and a certain character shows up, okay, the bartender, I was like, why am I watching here? Like, seriously, what am I watching? Like, I'm like, he is being so smooth and suave and being basically the sexy, dark, tall, and handsome. And that's basically he is. He's acting the toast, like, out of the blue, he takes off his shirt. He takes off his shirt and they play some sexy music in the background. And I'm like, what is going on here? And then, by the way, the acting's not that good from this guy. His character's comic book name title thing is like, what? do you ever thought changing it? Because your name sounds stupid. It's just in my head, like, clearly they're not going to be a couple, because it felt like they would, because they did the eye locking thing. I'm like, oh, come on. But his character was so like, what the hell was going on? Again, out of the blue, he takes off his shirt, shows his abs, and sexy music is playing while Killer Frost is going all googly eye on him. It's what? Odd, very odd. But the one thing I immediately said, like, when it's like the government person, I keep getting her name. It's like, it's Killer Frost. It's Killer Frost. I'm like, yes, you got Captain Cold, but there's a couple more ice. There's probably some more ice characters. I mean, you never know. You want to check in Gotham, make sure Mr. Freeze, any people trying to find cures of their, frozen wife who needs to live in a suit and under zero temperature, named Vic, whose last name is a pun. Mr. Freeze, any characters with a Shakespearean backstory known as Victor Freeze? No? Okay. I really want to see Mr. Freeze. I want to see a good live action version of Mr. Freeze, because he has a Shakespearean type backstory. But anyway, this is a good episode. A really good episode with a what the hell villain.